Well, folks, we're finally back with ranking. Thank God. And to celebrate, we're gonna do Pixar again because Turning Red and Lightyear, and because Lightyear is coming out tomorrow. And to celebrate, we decided to add Lightyear to the list because why not? And I made this by myself. But you can't find it because I don't even know why. We have amazing, great, good, okay, mediocre, bad, extremely bad. So let's get started. We have Toy Story. A lot of people really think this is a classic, and I think it's a classic too. Let's move that up too. Yeah, Toy Story goes into amazing because it's like the start of Pixar. We have Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and all these people, and Buzz Lightyear becomes extra popular than Woody. I don't even know why, and that's why I like this movie. It's a huge adventure. A Bug's Life. A lot of people don't like this movie because a lot of people think this is a rip-off of Ants, and it is. So that's why I put it into mediocre. Toy Story 2. This is way better than the first film because you get more characters, you get more action, you get more randomness and stuff. But okay. Monsters, Inc. Sweet. It goes into great. Want to know why? Because you got monsters, and monster movies are one of my favorite things in the world. Monsters, Inc. is into great because you want to know why it's great? That's because, like, the characters, we have Sully, Mike Wazowski, and we have that kid who runs around the Chinese restaurant or whatever. So that's a great adventure, I guess. Finding Nemo. Now that is why I did that, because speaking of that, that's what happens when you go underwater. You sneeze for your nose for no reason. But Finding Nemo is good. So that's why I put it in the good, because it's a good movie. And yeah, we got all those fish dudes, and we have Marlin trying to find this kid Nemo because he run away, and I don't even know why. The Incredibles. Okay, this is way better than the sequel. The sequel is a little bit better, starting to get a bit better. But The Incredibles goes into good because you get all these cool superhero dudes, and we have the baby. The baby, I don't even know why they chose the baby. But a lot of people like the baby a little bit, but okay. Cars! Vroom, vroom. Yeah. It goes into, let's see. Let's put it into great. Let's put it into great. It's actually way better than Monsters, Inc. So, hey, work, dude, work. There we go, much better. Yep, it is definitely way better. So yeah, Cars goes there because it's actually way better than Monsters, Inc. But we got all these car dudes, and we have a car named Lightning McQueen, and they go on an adventure and stuff. Adventures are mostly my favorite thing in the world, but okay. Adventure movies go there because they're good, and I don't know why. Ratatouille, it's okay. Why would a rat even cook? That's a really weird idea. But it is a good movie. It's an okay movie, but it is good anyway. But okay. WALL-E, I don't care much about WALL-E because there's this thing that my mom invented called Cleanup Day. It's so boring. But it starts to get a lot better. But the movie starts to get a lot better when I clean my room. So that's why I'm putting it into okay, not mediocre. Up. Recently watched this movie on Valentine's Day. It's amazing. I only cried on the first 3 minutes on that movie. I only cried the first 10 minutes on that film. It is so good. You must see it. It's about a house that flies all the way to the mountain of his dreams. And yeah, Toy Story 3. Why do we need to talk about this anyway? Like Andy's all grown up, but it still is a good movie. It's still great. But the only problem I have with this movie that they removed Bo Peep, they remastered some of the characters, they made Andy a grown up for some reason, and they have a new kid named Bonnie, but I'm gonna call him Fartface. Yeah, Woody has been captured by Fartface, and I don't even know why. And yeah, Cars 2. This was my first Pixar movie, and I still enjoy it today. It's actually, like, a lot of people hate this movie because Mater's the main star, but Mater's my favorite character, so it's way better than Cars 1, so yeah. Alright, but Cars 3 is a little bit better, and a lot of you don't like Cars 3, but it's still a good movie anyway. Let's see, moving on, Brave, who even watches that movie? I already saw a little bit of this movie. It's not as good as A Bug's Life, but it's actually worse than A Bug's. It's actually a way better than A Bug's Life. Yeah, there we go. It's way better than Bug's Life because it's still mediocre, but it gets better every time I watch it. But it doesn't get better every time I watch the first 10 minutes of it. So yeah. Monsters, Inc. 2. Also known as Monsters University, okay? Not as bad as the first, but it's still a good movie anyway. So we have the monsters, and they have been reunited. Well, not really, because it's the origin story of how they got a job at Monsters Inc. But it's still a good movie, in my opinion. Like, the only good thing about this movie is none. I like all the parts from the movie. It's so good. You must watch it. But a lot of people hated it because the characters look weird, but it's still a good movie anyway. Inside Out. Good movie. It's actually way better than University. But Inside Out is about these emotion dudes, and they like to control a brain and stuff. But it's still a good movie anyway. I watched this movie like 3 times, and it's still a good movie today. The Good Dinosaur. I'd rather watch Jurassic Park. I only saw 3 minutes of this movie, and I fall asleep. This goes into mediocre. I'd rather watch Jurassic World, Dominion, and stuff. That movie's still in theaters, I think. Okay, we're getting closer, but okay. Finding Dory. This is actually a good comeback, I guess. It's actually way better than Finding Nemo. I saw this in the theaters before. This movie's pretty good, actually. The movie's actually a lot better than Finding Nemo. But okay. Cars 3, they made a good comeback because Cars 2 was actually my childhood. But it's actually my favorite film of the Cars series. That's why I put it into Amazing. It's my favorite film of the Cars series. Okay, Coco, it gets better every time I watch it, but the only problem, it gets better every time I watch it, so I like it a little bit now. That's why I put it into okay. But Coco is still a good movie anyway now, but the only it's like a weird, like, this kid, like, goes into the land of the dead. But the only problem I have with this movie is the end credits, like Mr. Molina, if he's watching this video, then I don't know why he stole the name in the credits. And do you know who's the only Adrian? Me, only me. That's the problem I have with this movie. Like, not all people are the same or something. Incredibles 2, just kidding. It's a little bit better. Just whatever. It's still bad, but I like the first one. But the only problem I have with this movie is the new characters. But I still like the movie anyway. But that I have to put in the bad for no reason because I still don't like this movie. But it gets better every time I watch it. But I'm gonna move it up to good someday. But okay. Toy Story 4, very nice movie. Like, a lot of people hate this movie because we continue with the fart face adventure and stuff. But Toy Story 4 is still a good movie. It's actually my favorite film in the Toy Story series. Onward. This was the last movie I saw in the theaters before the pandemic happened, and it's a great movie. Like, it's about this weird teenage dude who wants to see his dad because his dad died before he was pregnant. Because his dad died while he was pregnant, while the mom was pregnant with him. So they set on a journey with his older brother. They're going on an adventure to save his dad and stuff. And yeah, it's a good movie. Alright, Soul. This movie deserves to get an Oscar winner. This movie deserves to be a winner at the Oscars. That's why I'm putting this movie into amazing. This movie's about Joe Gardner, a musical dude, and he gets trapped inside into the great before. And he must find his spark so he can save his life. And he teams up with this weird dude who has whose name is just a number, 22, which is really a weird something name, but it's still a good movie anyway. It's amazing. All right, Luca, good movie. The only problem I have with this movie is why do they speak Italian a lot? I do speak Italian, not much Italian, but I like this movie because Italian makes pizza, and that's where they make pizza. And Soul is actually the first movie to be on Disney+. Luca was the second film on Disney+. I can tell because I see a little bit of the Disney Plus logo a little in that poster. But Luca's still a good movie anyway. Yeah. Turning Red. No. Ew, no. It goes in extremely bad. Turning Red is the worst Pixar movie I've ever seen. It's not as bad as Incredibles 2, but it's still worse than Incredibles 2. This movie it's too girly. A lot of people like this movie, but not me. I respect your opinion if you like this movie. But Turning Red is about this weird girl who turned into a red panda, and it's set in 2003 in Canada, and I don't know why. I don't even live in Canada. This movie is super, super, super bad. I'd rather watch, I'd rather watch Coco. I'd rather watch Brave. I'd rather watch Incredibles 2. Anything that is way better than this Pee Kaka movie. This movie deserves to be on the worst list. This is the only worst Pixar movie that goes into extremely bad. So, yeah, Turning Red sucks. So much. Super much. Ill, ugly, and I wish there was not a Turning Red 2. If there is a Turning Red 2, then I'm gonna rage. Because Turning Red sucks. And I don't know why it has good reviews, but it's a bad movie in my opinion. Gah. And last but not least, we have the newest film, Lightyear. They made a great comeback to the Toy Story saga, and they also made a great comeback for the movie theater. But it's actually the best Toy Story movie. It's not extremely bad, not great. It's actually the best Toy Story movie. It's a way better. This is so much better than Turning Red. The movie is about the origin story of Buzz Lightyear and how he became a space ranger and stuff. And that is actually a great plot and stuff. And there you have it. My Pixar tier list remastered edition. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on this movie. Screw Turning Red. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye. I'm gonna zoom up to the worst Pixar movie. Bye. Don't watch this movie. It sucks. Yeah. I respect Adrian Fan 99's opinion.